We're going to start off standing at the back edge of our mat, and we're just going to take a moment rolling through the shoulders, the wrists and forearms, just rocking between the toes and the heels. Let's kind of wake everything up, get everything ready to move. Let's start with some deep breath cycles. I'm going to go ahead and settle in and find the balance between the toes and the heels. Also, you can rock and find the balance between the outside and the inside of your foot. We're going to stand tall, draw the belly button to the spine, shoulders back, and start with those full breath cycles. We'll inhale, the rib cage expands all the way around us. And then exhale, that rib cage contracts. Keeping the shoulders low and relaxed somewhat, so pulling the shoulder blades back and down. We're going to draw the belly button to the spine. I want to keep this connection, so even through those deep breath cycles, see if we can keep this inner corset tightly knit. So we're just going to keep with that breath, big inhale, and a full exhale. That string is lifting out of the top of our head. The knees are a little bit soft, shoulders are back and down. Let's take 2 more breath cycles here, standing tall. And on your next inhale, we're going to sweep the arms overhead, and then exhale, float the arms down, begin to roll down 1 vertebra at a time, chin to chest, scoop the belly. My knees are soft, and I'm just going to reach down and touch the floor. I'm going to sink and lift the hips, so just down and up, just kind of waking up those hips and glutes. Let the head relax forward. Now, we're going to let the heels pop off the floor. I'm actually going to drop my hips a little lower, so coming into that ball of the foot balance that I usually like to end with, so sinking down. And what we're going to do from here is just straighten and bend, so supporting yourself in your hands if you need that. So coming up, forward fold, and down into the ball of the foot. Now, if this bothers your knees and you feel like just coming down part way is your better option, that's okay too. So listen to how those knees are feeling, listen to how those legs and hips are feeling. And I'm actually leaning some weight into those fingers, supporting. Keep the belly button drawn to your spine. And on this next one, we're going to straighten the legs and lean into this fold. Think about bringing your belly a little closer to your thighs, and you can walk the hands a little closer to the feet. Now, if you still need to continue with a little bend and straighten to help stretch those hamstrings, that's an option for you. Now, I'm going to soften my knees and slide my hands up. Let's unfold, scooping the belly, walking this up, 1 vertebra at a time to stack tall. Shoulders are back. And we're going to take that forward fold again. Let's take a big inhale. Arms are going to lift. And then exhale. Arms come down. We start to fold forward, rounding through the back. Fingertips touch the floor. Let's go ahead and take a walk forward into our downward facing dog. Taking your time. And once you're here, let's spread the weight through the fingers, making sure that we're distributing through the whole hand, not load bearing in those wrists. And I'm going to press my heels in the direction of the floor and just working on that stretch through the heel into the calves. I want to push my chest in the direction of my feet, so really trying to increase this upper body stretch. I'm going to lift and lower both heels. Now I want to keep that belly button drawn in tight, so think about that navel to spine connection. And with each of these little lowers through the heels, I'm pushing just a tiny bit more, chest in the direction of my feet. Now, go ahead and sink in the heels and hold, pressing your chest towards your feet. Now, go ahead and round forward, coming into a plank. And if you need to adjust a little bit, take this opportunity. And from here, you can lower to your knees if you need that. We're going to take our scapular protraction and retraction. So I'm squeezing through the shoulder blades and then pressing the floor away. I want to think about lowering my ribs and then lifting. Big press. Let's get 3 and 2. Last one. Press and hold. And I want to maintain this really strong connection, navel to spine, keeping those glutes squeezed. And I'm going to inhale. And then on the exhale, press back to your down dog and separate your feet if you need that. We're going to walk the hands toward the feet. So take your time. Bringing this to your forward fold. Shake the head no. Soften your knees and bring this up. Nice and slow. Head and shoulders. Stack over the hips, over the knees. All right, so one more little forward fold. We're going to take a big inhale. Arms are going to come up. And exhale, hinge this time. Long, straight back and stop halfway. Float the hands into the small of your back and open those elbows back. So opening across the shoulders and the chest. We're going to inhale and then exhale, fold forward. I'm going to interlace my fingers and press the knuckles away. And just kind of moving as you need. Lift and lower, little twist. Anything you kind of feel like might still be a little bit tight, need a little more attention. Now I'm going to take a really big press, knuckles to ceiling, folding deep before I rest the hands in the small of the back. I'm going to soften my knees and unfold. Coming up, nice and slow, release those hands and take a couple of easy shoulder rolls. All right, so I'm just going to turn to face you and we're going to do kind of this little circular move, but we usually do it in a seated position. So we're going to do, hands can be at your hips, they can be down your side, whatever is comfortable for you. So I'm going to just take a little lean and then circle forward. So I'm not real deep in that lean forward just yet. And bringing it up. So getting into the side body. And I'm just kind of letting my hands just hang easy by my side. Now, go ahead and bring it up to the top. Change directions. Inhale. Exhale. Supporting through your core as we take that little lean side body and up. And taking that little lean. Inhale and exhale. Now come to the top. This time we're going to add some arms. So I'm going to take this lean. I'm going to reach my arm across, swing and up and over. So a little bit like what we add in our seated position. So a little bit of that ragdoll. So I'm getting that forward fold, ragdoll arm and up and around. Let's see if we can make those arms a little bigger. And one more, we'll come to the top, hold it here, take it back the other direction. Moving through that side body, getting that little forward fold, big sweep on those arms. And one more, coming up to the top. Everybody take a big inhale. And exhale, I'm going to fold. So I have my feet about shoulder distance apart and I'm coming down to meet the floor. Now I'm just going to turn my knees and toes more toward the corners of the room and have a seat. Well, not necessarily a seat, but I'm going to go down to this really low squat. So if you're still kind of up here, just work on settling those hips down just a little bit. And I'm going to find some balance in my feet. So this is our goddess pose, nice and tall. And I'm using my elbows and forearms to kind of press those knees open just a bit more. If you're okay where you are, fingers touching, stay there. Now you can also bring the hands in. And I'm working on sinking the heels to the floor, trying to keep this balance, keeping this tall posture lengthened through the spine. Set your hands down. And as we unfold, I'm going to turn my knees and toes back to the front. Shake the head no. Let's do that again and see if it's any better. So I'm going to rotate my knees and toes open and assist myself down into this little goddess pose. Nice and tall, shoulders back. You can keep the fingers on the floor or use the forearms, elbows to actively open those knees. or coming into this little prayer pose. Keeping that posture, finding that balance, getting that stretch through the heels. All right, so from here, I'm going to set my fingertips to the floor, and I'm just going to come down to my hips and shift my feet out in front. So sitting nice and tall, shoulders back, guys. I forgot to start my timer. We're going to sit up. We're going to reach out through the hands. Let's inhale. And on the exhale, take our half roll back. So adjusting the feet as you need. We're going to keep reaching through the fingers. Keep that breath moving. Let's walk one knee up, walk the other knee up. You can always add this little bit of assistance if you need that. Reaching out through those fingers, nice and long. Keeping the belly button drawn to the spine. Take an inhale. And on the exhale, we'll let the feet lower, reach through like you're stretching, and stack tall. Let's do that again. We'll inhale, exhale, half roll back, draw the belly in tight. One leg comes up, other leg comes up, and let's hold it here. I'm going to keep reaching through the fingers. We're going to add those alternating extensions, so engaging our quadriceps. Reach right and left, and right and left. Really extending through the toes and left. Let's get one more each side. Right and left. I'm going to take both feet up. I'm going to squeeze my heels together. Reach my hands up high. Inhale. Exhale. Float the feet down. Stretch forward. Reach. And sit up tall. Give yourself a quick little release through the shoulders. Now we're going to add some rotations. We're going to add that little chop side to side. I'm going to reach out again. Let's inhale. On the exhale, take that half roll back, one leg up, other leg up, and I'm going to bring my knees together. Just going to actively squeeze these inner thighs. Hands come together. I'm going to turn to my right, extend my right, and left, and right, and left. Really pull the elbow across. Take your gaze past the shoulder and left. Let's get one more each side, guys. Right and left. I'm going to bring it together, feet together, thighs together, arms reach. We're going to inhale, exhale, cross those ankles, float down, and take a little stretch. Now bringing this up nice and tall. I'm just going to lean back. We're going to get a little 90-90, so kind of opening up through the hips a little bit and get a little more stretchy. So we're going to start off with the feet on the floor, and you can adjust them as you need. So I'm just going to lean back into my elbows to start this. We're going to kind of work and move our way up into difficulty. So I'm going to bring my feet in a little closer and just twist. So I want to feel this in this outer hip, twisting that knee down toward the floor. Trying to keep my shoulders square here somewhat, and then bring it over. And you're going to feel that tightness, that initial tightness, and just take it as low to the ground with that knee as you can. Ooh, feeling some nice little cracks in there. I think my body was waiting for that. Keep the belly button drawn in tight. So even though I'm in my elbows, I don't want to sink. So I want to think about kind of lifting. Now, you can stay with this. You can stay with your elbows in the floor, or come up a little taller, still supporting in the hands, still keeping that chest and heart lifted, and we're going to take this little 90-90 twist. So you can probably get that knee down maybe a little closer to the floor, maybe touch the floor this time. And take your time. If you want to stay in one of these just a bit longer, if that hip feels like it needs it, give it what it needs. And your feet are going to travel, so be prepared to reset. Now, you can stay with this, or bring the hands up, and you're just going to take that little twist, sitting up tall, keeping those abs engaged, traveling maybe, and taking that little 90-90. Now, I'm going to take you this side, and I'm going to hold it here. So this front leg is, if I've got my hips square, it's what I would consider that pigeon. So I'm going to lean forward and take this little stretch. You're going to feel this in the hip and the glute of this front leg. And then I'm going to bring it up and take it to the other side. So holding it here, leg is in this little pigeon, so maybe a little more perpendicular than what you're used to. And we're going to take that little lean, feeling that nice little open through the hips and the glutes, supporting with the hands. And if you want to come all the way down here or here, that's an option for you. Let's do that again to the other side. So we're going to twist and hold and take that little lean. Breathing into the stretch, so if it feels a little tight, take that nice full cleansing inhale, exhale, and on the exhale, try to relax into your stretch a little more. Let's go to the other side. So leaning forward, kind of your elbows, reaching out, just wherever you feel like you need that little stretch. All right, so let's come back to the 90 on this side. And so I've got my right knee in front. I'm going to take my left hand across that knee. Right hand comes behind, and I'm going to twist and look. So now I'm getting into this body, side body, getting that nice twisting motion. And I'm going to release, and I'm going to come to the other side. We're going to do it again. So my left knee's in front, right hand comes across, left hand comes behind, and we twist and look over that back shoulder. Let's do it one more time to each side. So take your little 90-90 switch and just keep twisting all the way around, looking over that back shoulder. Nice and tall through your posture. Scoop that belly. We're going to release with control. Bring it around, 90-90. Keep twisting and looking over that back shoulder. And release it back to the front. Go ahead and find your mat again. So in case you took a little trip and walked somewhere off, go ahead and find it again. Let's take this to a full roll down. We're going to inhale, exhale all the way back. Let's walk one knee in, walk the other knee in. Take a moment, get yourself situated, a little side to side, a little back massage, foot flexion, extension, everything that you might need. Just let it release, let it go. All right, so from here, let's take it to our hundreds. We're already well into class, but let's go ahead and grab some of those anyway. I'm going to take my knees, stack them over my hips, and I'm going to come into forward flexion. I want to have my shins parallel with the floor. From here, we're going to start with a little pulse. We're going to flex on the inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, point and exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, extend and flex, 2, 3, 4, 5, point and exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. So on about a 45-degree angle here, zip those inner thighs and inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, and exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. One more, staying here in place. And exhale. Now adding on, lower 2, 3, 4, 5, and lift 2, 3, 4, 5, and lower 2, 3, 4, 5, and lift 2, 3, 4, 5, and lower 2, 3, 4, 5, and lift 2, 4, 5. Last time, lower lift. Now hold it about halfway. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, and exhale, 2, 3, 4. Stay here. Lift up, knees in, head down, and take a little break. We're going to keep the knees tucked into the chest. Let's go ahead and grab our abdominal series. So I'm going to start with my right knee. We're going to lift into forward flexion. We're going to extend my left leg. Inhale, switch, exhale. And inhale, exhale. Think about the length through that foot. And inhale right, exhale left. Long and strong. And exhale. 2 more. Inhale. Exhale, last one, inhale. Now bring both knees in. Let's lower the head for just a moment. In between sets, a little neck rotation, foot flexion extension if you need that. So if you're staying pointed all the time, every now and then, give that foot a little flex to counter that. Let's take it to our double leg stretch. Knees stay tucked. Bring yourself into forward flexion. I'm going to reach my hands to my ankles. We're going to extend arms and legs nice and long, circle the arms, knees float in, and reach and circle, and reach and circle. Think about zipping those thighs, squeeze those inner thighs, and reach and circle. Now on your next one, add 3 heel crosses. Reach and hold, 3, 2, 1, knees in. Reach and hold, 3, 2, 1, knees in. Really long reach. 3, 2, 1. Knees in. 2 more, please. Reach and hold. 3, 2, 1. And last one. Big reach. 3. And float those knees in, head down. Take a little break. Neck rotation, foot flexion extension if you need that. All right, so we are going to take the legs to our straight series, or our straight sets. We're going to extend those legs and think about opening through those hamstrings. We got some nice little stretches there at the beginning, so they should be pretty open for this. We're going to be scissoring those legs. So bring yourself to forward flexion, scoop the belly to the spine. I'm going to keep the right and lower the left. We're going to take a little pulse, pulse, switch, pulse, pulse. Inhale right, exhale left. Inhale right, exhale left. Nice and long. Now, I want to add a little variation on this. What we're going to do is 3, 2, now 1. Hold. Now, I'm going to circle the legs around really big. Now, my left foot's in front. 3, 2, and 1. Big circle switch. Right leg's in front. 3, 2, and 1. Big circle switch. Left leg. 3, 2, 1. Big circle switch, guys. Right leg. 3, 2, 1. Last time. Big circle switch. And 3, 2, 1. Let's get one more circle switch just to get that other leg in front. Bring those knees in, head down. Take a break. If your neck is feeling a little tension, give it a break. A little neck side to side. Anything you need here. Next up, our double straight leg stretch. I always like to start in the modified position, knees bent, stacked over the hips. Bring yourself into forward flexion. Hands come and support right behind the head. So I don't want to tug at the head. We're going to dip the toes, keeping that 90-degree angle. So dip and lift, and dip and lift. You can stick with this or take the legs to this double straight. Now I'm going to bring my heels together and turn my toes out. So slightly externally rotated. We are going to lower and lift, and lower and lift. Inhale down, exhale up. Scoop that belly. Let's get 2 more in here, guys. Inhale down, exhale up. Last one. Knees float in, lower the head and shoulders, and take a little break. Foot flexion extension if you need that. And just hugging those knees. All right, so last in our abs series is our crisscross. I'm going to bring one hand on top of the other, back of the hands against the forehead. Keeping this knee tucked, we're going to bring it into forward flexion. I'm going to keep my right and extend the left. I'm going to shift my left shoulder toward the knee and switch. Inhale right, exhale left. Inhale right, exhale left. Long and strong through that reach. And right, and left, and right, and left. 2 more each way, guys. And left. Last one. Pull both knees in. Lower with control, and give yourself a little break, a little side to side, anything you might need. All right, from here, let's go ahead and set the feet down to the floor and work on some bridging. So I don't want my feet too far away. I'm going to start with just a spinal articulation. We're going to inhale, and on the exhale, I want to peel one vertebra at a time, coming up into the shoulder bridge, lifting, squeezing, really supporting. Take a big inhale, and on the exhale, we're going to float it down one vertebra at a time. And inhale, exhale. So I tilt those hips up, walking up the spine, one vertebra at a time, big lift, and then walk it down with control. All right, this time, inhale. Exhale, peel it up to the top, lifting here. I'm going to pop my heels. I want to come into the ball of my foot. And we're just going to alternately tap our heels. Keep those hips supported, lifting. And we're just going to start with a really easy heel, 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 heel. Now hands can stay by your side, Or they can reach overhead, big extension through those arms. 8, 7, 6, 5. Keep those hips up. 4, 3, 2, and both heels up, hips up. Walk it down nice and slow. Scoop that belly, hips down, heels down less. Let's get the partner move to that. So we're going to dig our heels in and tap our toes. So for me, I personally like to walk my feet out just about half a foot length or so. So we're going to start off with an inhale and then exhale, peel. Scoop the belly, lift the hips, coming up into your shoulder bridge. So I want to think about this really strong, supported glutes and low back position. Now I'm going to dig my heels in and lift my toes. Thinking about that muscle over your shins. We're going to start with a really easy little tap. And you can stay with this, just kind of moderate pace, or you can take it up a little faster and think of more of a flutter. So tapping, tapping, tapping. Keep those hips up. Let's do 8, 7, 6, 5. Keep it going. 4, 3, 2. And we're going to lift both sets of toes. Lift those hips. Walk down. Nice and easy. Hips down, toes down, and walk those knees in. Give yourself just a quick little break. All right, so one more quick little thing in this bridging position. I'm going to set my feet down, but I'm going to come a little bit closer. So we're going to go into a single leg bridge. We're going to inhale and exhale, peel. I'm coming up with both feet, and you can adjust if you need. I'm going to lift my right knee and extend. Flex the foot and lower, point the toe and kick. Flex and lower, point and kick. Flex and lower, point and kick. Flex and lower, point and kick. Now this time, point and kick, cross and lift. Flex and lower, point and kick, cross and kick. One more, and cross, and bring that foot down. Whew, this leg gets a little tired. So now let's switch to the other side. I'm going to reposition my hips up, lift your left leg and extend. Flex and lower, point and kick. Flex and lower, point and kick. Really long through that leg. Flex lower and kick. Flex lower and kick. Now this one, add that little cross. So just crossing, reach, and lower. So kick, cross, and lower. Kick, cross, and lower. Let's get one more. Cross, and lower, lower, lower. Bring that foot to the floor. Reposition those hips. Bring them up. Walk them down. Bring them down nice and slow. Walk those knees in. Give yourself just a quick little release. All right, so grab the hands behind the knees and pull yourself up to seated. A little rolling like a ball. So we're going to try to find this balanced position. We're going to roll back and come up and try to stop before your feet touch. Shoulder blades down, lifting through the top of the head. Now to start the roll, we want to round the back. So scoop the belly, round, rock it, and bring it up and catch. So I like to think of this as a round back, straight back kind of motion. So we're going to round it and bring it up. And different Pilates instructors may keep that round position throughout, and that's totally fine as well. So we're going to lift, round, rock it up, and lift again. And scoop the belly and bring it up. So I'm keeping my heels relatively close to my hips. If you are still using the legs for a little bit of a kick for momentum, we eventually would like to get rid of that. So scoop the belly, round, and straighten at the top. Let's get two more, guys. And rock it, catch it nice and tall. And at the top, bring it in. I'm going to bring my hands together, and we're just going to take this little Russian twist, a little side to side, more twistiness going on. Let's do 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Cross those ankles. Come on down. Take a little stretch. All right, so from here, I'm just going to shift back and come to sit on my hip. I am going to cross my right ankle, so I'm sitting on my left hip. I'm gonna cross my right ankle in front of my left foot. And we're gonna come up for some little side bends. I'm gonna take my hand and just reach it out. And when we come up to our side bend, we will have our shoulder over our wrist. So you can always adjust. I've got my right foot planted on the floor, left foot behind, side of the foot is going to be our base. So from here, I'm gonna reach out my top arm, which is my right arm. We're gonna inhale, and on the exhale, we're going to press to come up into this little side bend position. Now, if your feet are a little closer, your hands a little closer, you might end up a little more here, and that's good too. All right, so we're gonna inhale, exhale, I'm gonna lower, I'm gonna bend that knee, let the hip come down softly, and rest the hand over the knee. So from that position, decide if that's where you wanna keep your feet. We're gonna do this 3 more times. So you can come in a little closer, you can go out a little further. We're gonna inhale, exhale, press, coming up, and if you need a little modification, you can always drop that bottom knee. All right, so keep reaching and lower with control. Scoop that belly nice and tall. Inhale, exhale, bringing it up and over. So you should be stacked, shoulder over wrist. And I'm just gonna reach this top arm up. You can stay here or add a little thread and up. And thread and up. We're gonna do it one more time. Thread and up. I'm gonna lower with control. Come on down. You can give the supporting wrist and forearm a little break. I wanna do it one more time. All right, so you can stay in that side bend position. You can drop a knee. We're gonna do it one more time. I'm gonna add one more little element. So we're gonna sit up tall, shoulders back, reaching out. We're gonna inhale, and I'm gonna exhale, reach. So my front foot is gonna maintain the base of support. I'm gonna bring my bottom knee to my elbow. So a little crunch, extend, crunch, extend. One more, crunch, extend, bring it down with control. Woo, give yourself a little break, a little wrist rotation, flexion, extension, a little shoulder rolls if you need that. I'm just gonna kick my feet to the other side. All right, so setting this up, I'm on my right hip, left foot's in front, right foot is right behind, and I use the side of that foot. I'm gonna reach this hand out just a bit. So finding that position, I'm gonna reach out with that left arm. We're gonna inhale, and on that exhale, press and come up and over into this little side bridge, or side bend. Nice and long, pressing that floor away, and the shoulder should be stacked over the wrist. Inhale, exhale, down with control. All right, so knees facing up, pointing up, wrist and forearm. We're gonna reach, we're gonna inhale, exhale, and lengthen. Think about this nice long side body stretch. Nice big reach. Inhale and exhale down. Now the next one, we're gonna add that little thread the needle. It's pretty balance challenging, so if you need to just kind of make it a small twist or no twist, it's totally up to you. So we're gonna reach this out, we're gonna inhale, and on the exhale, I'm gonna press and peel. So I'm gonna start with my side bend. I wanna make sure that my shoulder's stacked over my wrist, and then reach this arm straight up. I'm going to take that little thread the needle and come back. So as I do, I kind of pike the hips up slightly, and then come back to the side position. And reach, and hold. Lower with control. And I'm just gonna come up and give this wrist and forearm one little break before we take that little knee pull from underneath. All right, and if you're able to just even kind of get the knee through and then back down, that's something, that's an option. All right, so we're gonna reach it out. I'm gonna reset, finding where I need that hand. We're gonna inhale. I'm gonna exhale, press. Now it's my front foot that needs to have my stability here. So finding that front foot, and we're gonna bring the bottom leg and take it back. And bottom, and take it back. Woo. Let's get one more, guys. Pull, and reach, and hold. Lower with control, and giving yourself all of these little rotations, flexions, extensions, all that good stuff. Giving those wrists a little bend as well. Let's go ahead and come over to our knees. Nice and tall. We're gonna come out to our hands and we're just going to shift forward. We're gonna take some triceps push-ups. So keeping those elbows close to the body, and you can even walk the hands a little closer. We're gonna take 3 push-ups. So we're gonna go 3, 2, 1. Turn the toes and down dog. So you can adjust if you need. Now the space between the hands, 3 of these little down dog push-ups. You can bend your knees if you need. And we're gonna go 3, 2, and 1. Sink those knees. Position yourself. 3 triceps. Here we go. 3, 2, and 1. Let's turn those toes. Down dog. Positioning those feet as you need. Space between the hands. Lower the top of the head. 3, 2, and 1. Big press. Knees to the floor. Adjusting. Last time, guys. We'll give those hands and wrists and forearms a little break. Ready? 3 triceps push-ups. 3, 2. Last one. Big press. Taking that down dog. Turn those toes. And position yourself. Taking the top of the head down. 3, 2. Last one. Bring it to your knees. Shift back. Give those wrists and forearms a little break. Good work, you guys. Let's do one more little thing for our legs. All right, so we're just gonna work top to bottom, bottom to top, all of it. So bring yourself into this kneeling position. Nice and tall. I'm gonna take my feet or my knees about hip distance or slightly wider. Now, if you find your arches trying to cramp on you, you can always turn the toes. I personally find it more supportive to have the foot lengthened out through the top of the foot. Now, in this one, I want to think about my hips forward. I want to squeeze the glutes, and we're going to be engaging our quadriceps. So we're going to lean back, nice and deep as you can. It may feel deep, it may not be that deep, and bring it up with control. Shoulders back. And repositioning as you need. I find my knees tend to travel a bit. We're going to lean it back, squeeze the hips forward, and bring it up. Let's do it again. Inhale and exhale. Squeeze and lean and bring it up. Now this time, I'm just gonna sink my hips back, hover my hips over my heels, and then bring it up to kneel tall. So lower and squeeze up, and lower and squeeze up. Let's get 2 more, guys. And lower and squeeze up, and lower. Now we're gonna take those leans. We're gonna do 3 and 3. Ready? So we'll lean 3 and pull it up. And 2, squeeze those hips and pull it up. And last one here. Now take those 3 lowers. So hover your booty back and bring it up tall. Squeeze at the top and lower and bring it up. One more. Lower and bring it up. 2 and 2. So lean and pull it forward. And lean and pull it forward. 2 little lower lift. Lower and lift. And lower and lift. 2 and 2 again. Squeeze and pull it up. Adjusting when you need. And squeeze. 2 of those little lower lift. Lower and lift and lower. Now singles. So take 1 lean and then drop those hips back. Bring it up and lean and drop those hips back. Squeeze them up. Let's get one more little set. Lean and bring it up and lower and bring it up nice and tall. And I'm just gonna separate my knees, toes together, shift back for a child's pose. Take your time. Let your low back really stretch and release here. And then we're just going to bring the knees together, toes turn under, walk it back, find the ball of the foot, finding that balance. Fix your gaze out ahead, just finding that horizon. And when you're ready, just bring the hands up for a little balance. Shoulder blades down, and you can be up a little taller if you'd like. Now I'm just going to set my fingertips down and unfold, separate the feet, and stretch through those glutes and the low back. Let the head relax forward, shake the head no. I'm going to soften my knees, slide my hands up, and unfold. Nice and slow, guys. At the top, take a big inhale, arms up. And exhale, float down. We're going to go palms up, thumbs back, and I'm just going to bring my fingers or my feet together, opening through the shoulders and the chest. So press those thumbs back. Now I'm going to turn it all the way over, palms up, thumbs pressed together. A little different stretch, shoulders and chest still opening up, and take an easy little shoulder roll. Everybody, nice full cleansing breath. Scoop that belly, inhale. And exhale everything. Thank you guys. Thank you so much for showing up today.